Welcome to Greg's Maker Corner. In this video I'm going to be talking about the SIBOOR VORON 0.2 kit that has been updated, and I'm really excited to review this and just take a quick look at it. If you haven't seen my video yet on the SIBOOR VORON 0.2 kit, be sure to check that out. This particular kit also includes the CNC parts. You can still get this in the plastic printed parts if you want. After talking with SIBOOR, I thought it would be a great opportunity to raffle this kit off at MRF. So MRF is the Midwest Rep Fest, and that's coming up on June 24th and 25th of 2023. So I will be attending there. I will have a booth. If you're there, you can enter for a chance to win this. For those of you that are only going to be viewing and not able to attend MRF, don't worry. At some point in the future, possibly when I hit 5,000 subscribers or so, I plan to do an online stream and then maybe give away something similar. I am going to just go through some of the components and the updates in this kit. If you want to get a closer look at the VORON 0.2 kit, you can also check out my review series on that. Okay, I've got the first tray here in the box. I really do like how SIBOOR includes this packing material, which is like a styrofoam. So they haven't changed that, which is great, because that's a really good thing. One thing that I did notice that they've now got a new Bondtech gear here. This is the original that came in the V0.2 kit, and it had a press fit bearing on the end. This new gear has a similar length shaft, which is good. You're not going to have to worry about getting that bearing on and off. That wasn't a major issue, but it's good to see that they went ahead and removed that. There's also a few extra shims in the bag, which you're probably going to need at some point. One of the really nice enhancements here, you can basically just connect it here so you don't have to solder or crimp, which is a really good benefit. And while this doesn't look like it's a whole lot different, I understand that they've changed it so the sensitivity is a little bit better with the thermistor and the heating. So I think they've improved this CHC heater a little bit. I've yet to test it, so I'm curious to hear what others may find with this hot end. Something else, though, that's a nice addition to this kit is that there are now these little LEDs, and these can be installed on the mini Stealthburner. Here is a mini Stealthburner that I happen to have from another machine. They're going to fit right in here, so you should be able to install those and kind of run the wiring up. That's a pretty cool little quality of life feature. The metal standoffs that are included in here also are used to mount the motor. And if you've ever mounted one of these or built one of these, the 3D printed parts tend to break really easily. So I'm glad that they've included those metal standoffs or spacers now. And another improvement here is I'm told that there are several more M3x10 screws, and that does look a bit more than what was included initially. So that should be sufficient to get you through the build. They've also increased the number of shims or spacers, as I showed a little bit earlier. So I think they've addressed anything that might potentially be a shortage of screws, which is great. And you still get this really nice handy dandy wiring diagram. I found this very useful the first time around when I was building. It really does include every connection. On the back, they've also added some additional information, and they've even provided how to wire the lights that I just mentioned. And check this out, they've also included some instructions on this umbilical, and there's also these RGB lights. These LED matchsticks here, or RGB strips, and this umbilical, this is not included in the stock build, but it's nice that they do offer these as upgrade options. They've got a link right here that's going to take you to the GitHub link. They also have a SIBOOR Discord that you can access, and you can get help to any questions you might have. Now, a lot of these parts are, of course, CNC, as I mentioned, especially the parts that really matter, like the motor mount, and these are very nice, very solid parts. You're going to be able to torque those down really well, and they're not going anywhere. They're not going to deform. Some of the parts, though, like this little AC inlet part, this is still plastic. This printed part looks really good. Quality, I think, is just on par with what you would get with a print it forward or PIF provider. And this is a little jig that's included, nice extra. There's also this rail alignment jig and these other rail spacing jigs here. So those are going to help you as you do your Z-axis. Here's another CNC'd part. This part here is one of the feet. And it's got some weight to it too. I mean, this is a fairly hefty part. Here's another part this is for the bed. So you're going to attach your anti-backlash nut into this. So it looks like a good amount of the parts are indeed CNC'd. In this tray, at least, the only ones that aren't are the jigs, the mini Stealthburner parts, and then the AC inlet part. Everything else appears to be CNC. This part here, this is used to zip tie to the back of the VORON machine. This is plastic as well. These are what you're going to use to adjust your bed, and these are all metal as well as these little spacers here. And here's the next tray. All these parts for the top end and the panels that you're going to use with the acrylic are still plastic, which makes sense. You've also got the screen that's plastic, 3D printed. Looks like the same extrusion as before. And believe it or not, this is one of the things that excites me the most about the changes. So instead of the little PCB strips that used to be included that would strip out, they now have included these nut bar adapters. So you don't even have to 3D print these. I had made a remix for 3D printed ones, but these are just going to slide right into the extrusion, and you'll be able to tighten right down into these. So this is a fantastic thing that they've added here. Very similar to what LDO does. So it's good to see that it's offered now in the SIBOOR kit. Here's a really nice addition. This is a cable that you can now use for your ADXL 345 sensor. It's going to plug right into the Gemini. A lot of this other stuff is pretty much the same motors. These are SIBOOR branded. This is a Moons motor. We've got the same anti-backlash nut and metal lead screw. Got the same pulleys, so all that's looking good. There's really nothing different on the bed that I can tell. It's still a nice high quality 6mm or so bed, aluminum. I really do like this Mellifly Gemini board. I've been using this on my SIBOOR VORON 0.2 kit, and I really had no issues with it. I've also heard of people adding CAN bus with it, and they've had no problems. So this board definitely keeps up, and it's a great alternative to having to get a Raspberry Pi and using a separate SKR Pico, which is kind of what the stock build is. So I think that's a very sufficient board, and there's really not a whole lot that you're going to have to do to get this up and running. A lot of these cables are all going to be pre-crimped. In this tray here, we've got some really nice screwdrivers. So these are decent tools. I mean, you're going to be able to get through your build with these drivers here. You've got a Phillips, and you've got a couple of smaller hex drivers, and you've also got these drivers here. Also got your extrusions. It's the same 200 watt power supply, which is Mornsun, very similar to the one LDO uses. And in the last panel here, we've got good quality rails here. They've also got the rail stoppers included, which is great. You definitely want those. And I'm not going to unpack these individually, but these are basically the panels, the clear acrylic, as well as all of the deck paneling. I think these look to be pretty much unchanged, which is good. They were just fine in the first time around. Well, this was just a real quick video just to highlight some of the changes that SIBOOR has made in response to what they've heard from the community and some of the influencers and content creators like myself. It's really encouraging that a 3D printing company is listening and that they're incorporating changes that are necessary in order to make their kit even better. I hope this video has been useful, and if you're on the fence on a SIBOOR VORON 0.2 kit, I think it's, especially with these changes, I think it's a no-brainer. It's a really good price kit, especially if you're a budget buyer. Check out the links in my description and go ahead and get one. If you do end up building, please leave me a comment, let me know. I hope to see you at Murph. If you're going to be in town, please swing by and say hello. If not, stay tuned on the stream, and I will definitely be looking forward to doing a online raffle stream at some point in the near future. And as always, thanks again for watching Greg's Maker Corner.
How to order at AliExpress. Ordering on AliExpress is a straightforward process. So let's get straight into the video. Open your AliExpress application. Also make sure that you're logged into your account. From the main homepage of AliExpress, you can search for the product with the help of the search box at the top. You can also browse through the product's categories displayed on the screen. Now, scroll through the products and find the one that you'd like to purchase. Tap on the product to purchase it, and then this will show you other information about the product. You can select the size, colors, and the design. To order the product right away, tap on the Buy Now button at the bottom right-hand corner. Select the size for your product, and then you can also increase or decrease the quantity according to your need. Finally, tap the Continue button at the bottom, and then on the next page, fill in your shipping address and other information. On this page, it'll show you the order details and the summary for the product. You can enter a promo code if available, and you'll also need to enter your payment details. Tap on Select Payment Method from the option and choose your desired payments method. You can select PayPal, add a new credit or debit card, select Apple Pay for your purchase, or Simply pay for the product after delivery. Select one of the options as a payment method. In my case, I'm going to choose the add a new card option. Go ahead and pick one of the options. You can then scan your card with the help of the scanner button, or manually enter your card number in the text box. Enter your card details, your name, your card's expiry date, and the CVV code for the card. If you want to save this card's detail, you can toggle on the button where it says Save Card Details, and finally tap on Save and Confirm at the bottom. After you do that, you'll be able to place order and finalize your product. After successfully placing your order, you'll receive an order confirmation with a tracking number. You can use the number to track the status of your shipment. Depending upon the shipping method and your location, all you need to do now is to wait for the order to be delivered. So that is how you can easily place an order on AliExpress. If you found the video to be helpful, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel by hitting the subscribe button. Also press the bell icon so that you'll never miss another upcoming upload from us. I'll see you again in the next episode. Goodbye till then.